is Julite Quenum. I am a PhD student at the University of Sherbook, and I will be answering a set of six prompts or questions during the next few minutes. My first prompt is to give a brief introduction of myself, including education. I grew up in the Republic of Benin, which is in West Africa. It is a French-speaking country. My schooling was done in English, even though it's a French-speaking country. Um, I graduated with British diplomas known as the IGCSEs, as well as the A levels. Because Benin doesn't have English universities, I decided to pursue my university studies in an English-speaking country. So I went to the US. I went to Rider University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. I started my bachelor's in arts and sciences there. However, I did not finish my bachelor's there. I then went on to Bishop's University, which is in Sherbrooke, Canada, to finish my bachelor's. So I graduated with a bachelor's in biochemistry. I then went on to pursue a research master's in immunology at the University of Sherbrooke, which I am still at, pursuing a doctorate's degree, sorry, in immunology. The next question, why did you choose to pursue immunology as your focus? So, I did not choose immunology. However, I was led to this area of study when I found a lab that checked off several of my boxes in my checklist. So after graduating from Bishop's University with a bachelor's in biochemistry, I could go both ways. I could go for biology, chemistry, or the biochem discipline because I had courses in both. I started looking for a lab in which I could pursue my master's research. I had two to three choices, and I knew that the choice I would make, I would have to stick with for at least the next 2 years. So I was really careful. I think I chose the lab in which I pursued my master's degree in because of the diversity of the students. They also had students at different levels. So I had students surrounding me that were at my level, at the master's level, some were at the PhD level, and they also had postdocs. So I knew that I would get the support where I was most likely to get the support which I needed in this environment. The third question, what are some benefits of being in a PhD program outside of the US? So, for a person that has lived both lives, so being a student in the US and also in Canada, um, for me, it was basically the finances. It is much cheaper for me to be a student here than it is in the US. So it was mostly financial. The fourth question, how has being bilingual helped you with your scientific career? Career-wise, French is just a plus. So I live in Quebec, which is a French-speaking province in Canada. Therefore, French was mainly like a tool for me to integrate the province. I had no problem communicating with people, finding information. However, I do know that some of my fellow colleagues, most especially international students, have trouble adjusting mainly because of the language. As far as the scientific career is involved, most of what we have to read, write, all the conferences we have to attend, all the presentations we have to do, most of them are in English. So French for me is mainly a tool. However, I must say that in my lab, I am probably an asset because for my fellow colleagues that need help, I'm always the one to translate, so I guess it's always helpful to have one person that can do that job. The fifth question, what is something you have learned within your field that can educate the community? So this career in research that I have started has allowed me to touch upon different facets of immunology. So during my master's program, I was introduced to innate immunity, adaptive immunity, autoimmunity, and with my current projects, I'm currently touching upon immunotherapeutics, immunogenetics, and it's allowed me to touch even upon cancer biology. So I'm really learning a lot about the molecular and cellular mechanisms involved in the development of cancer, including the mutations, the tumor microenvironment, and it's very fascinating. So, because of all this acquired knowledge, what I can say is that cancer prevention is essential. So, early screening is vital because it can significantly reduce the chances of you getting advanced cancer. Vaccination is also crucial. So, vaccines are now I can say, an important tool to boost the immune system ability to fight specific diseases. The vaccine is going to train the immune system to first recognize and then combat specific pathogens to prevent certain illnesses. The sixth question is, what are some tips that you would give future PhD students who are interested in immunology research? So, I have internal tips, external tips. The internal tips that I could give is first what you can do. So, having a strong foundation, okay, you must like biology, you must stay curious. Staying open-minded is very helpful, and also being patient with yourself during the journey. The external tips which I can give you is to pay attention to the type of lab that you adhere to, what type of research director you'll be choosing to move on forward with. So, all these are important. Thank you for listening.